Hello guys and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are back on Football Manager, and today is a bit of a, we're into the January transfer window now. We're starting with a game against AC Milan. This is the team that will be starting this game with Profundi up front, and that is because there's been developments obviously with Castro, who's also a bit injured. I mean, look at them stats. He's gonna it feels criminal, the fee that we're actually getting for him. Potentially, because I think it's only between 30 and 40 million. So I've accepted 2 offers. I mean, I might, I'm going to be cheeky and just delete the Atletico Madrid transfer, which may mean he kicks up a fuss, but 43, it's a lot more money from Al Nassr basically. Kotchap we've got an offer for as well. There's plenty of players that could be leaving it's almost like a mid-season clear out. I mean, there's plenty of players wanted. Miranda I've kind of offered out for transfer because he wants more minutes and I can't guarantee it, so I'd rather him go and we get a fee. Teams want Cambiaghi or Ipswich. Teams have also offered for Vitic, which I've turned down because it was like 10 million. And then you've got plenty of players that are wanted on loan. So it could be a big window of plenty of transfers. Obviously, striker is going to be main priority with Profundi filling that role currently. I have got a man in mind for that. Whether I've just got to wait for the funds to be available from Castro leaving basically. But this is the team that is going to play against AC Milan. We did actually play 2 games in between episodes. We drew 1-1 with Genoa, and we beat Parma 4-0. So let's get into the game. Tornquist is injured, so Martinelli's in goal. But I'm thinking I might just start risking Martinelli in goal more often anyway, because I've got him permanently and I've spent decent money on him. So I should really be backing him, and Tornquist is only on loan with an option to buy. So hopefully Profundi can do somewhat of a decent job that Castro does, and let's see if we can get a big win on the board against AC Milan, which will hopefully push us up to the top of the table. Be intriguing to see how we get on here. Obviously, AC playing a 5-back and Leao is in behind and Kunku, and it is interesting because we're 1-0 down. Just noticed that both the left-sided defenders are also on bookings, which isn't good. Out of possession, we're on lower anyway. So I'm wary of that counter attack, which they've just done. But that's the first shot of the game, and they've scored. So it's not like we've been dominated. Back to Molina. I'm worried about this. Molina goes past Hegem, crosses, and Leao scores. Then it's 2-0, and you'd probably say that's game over. I can't see us coming back from there, especially with a poor performance so far from the boys. Rowe's going to come on up front. Dominguez is going to come on the right. And it's not looking good for us right now. Gallo, standout performer at left back for us again, but it's too easy. Well, extremely poor performance. I think we had 1 shot in the second half, which drops us down to 8th. Still extremely tight in the top half of the league, but poor performance. Jonathan Rowe's got a knock as well, which I don't know if that's going to be bad. No, I don't know what I saw. That was poor. Sloppy. I don't know if the amount of games has caught up with the squad in terms of fitness, but that just wasn't good enough. First loss in a little while, I think. Jonathan Rowe has got a little bruised ankle. No, I don't want to look at Genoa. So we have now lost for the first time in 8 games, which is disappointing. But that means AC leapfrog us. And I've got work to do in this transfer window because we've not got the strength in depth currently. And losing a star man in Castro is not good for us. Right, time for the second game of the episode. We've had no outgoings as of yet. More offers for Castro. and some for Miranda, but no one has left. No signings either. The signings I'm guessing will be later on in the window. Castro does come back in though. I'm risking him because he's by far and away our best player. So, and I want to win games. Vergara is actually not going to start. I'm going to swap Cambiaghi and Alvarado around, and that's going to be the 11. It's Cagliari, so not the greatest team. Hopefully we can bounce back and get 3 points here. Let's try and get the job done. Rico Lavumbo gets past home far too easily. He's driving into the box, and Cambiaghi's fouled him, and we're gonna go 1-0 down to Cagliari after being all over him. Fuck's sake, man. Don't even know why there was a VAR review for that. Cambiaghi, who's been our best player, now gives away a penalty. Can Martinelli become a hero? Esposito. I thought he'd saved it for a second, but we're 1-0 down again. And is this going to be one of them episodes where we've gone from the extreme high of last episode to an extreme low in this one? Castro dropping a 6.3 in his return to the 11. Not the best. Castro on the corner. Finally, of all people to win the header, it's Lewis Ferguson. Castro with an assist. And we finally, as I've just brought Vergara on and changed system, we finally made the breakthrough and equalised. Lovely cross. Ferguson completely unmarked. Capriel in no man's land. And we finally got our goal. Let's build on this now, boys. Let's get 3 points. Gallo finds Vergara. Looking for Castro. In behind Castro. Lovely touch. Castro! The king scores again, and he's turned this game around. Vergara, what a pass. Brought him on in the number 10 role as a channel midfielder. That's why he's out on the left here. Lovely ball from Gallo. Vergara, one touch, swivels, knows where the main man's going to be. Lovely first touch. It looked like he'd lost it for a second, but he's composed himself and slammed it in to make it 2-1 to the mighty Bologna. And we've turned this game around. Let's try and not throw it away now, boys. Well, it wasn't pretty, but we got the job done. I mean, those stats don't tell the exact story because like 0.75 of their XG is the penalty that they scored. So they had like 0.3. They did hit the bar, but we hit the bar twice and the post. So that's 3 of our shots, and then their keeper Capriel made 8 saves as well, which was a lot of them were in highlights and they were very good saves. So we moved back up to 4th. We're 5 points off Roma at top. They look like the team to beat. Obviously, we did beat them in the Super Cup final, but Baldanzi's just got. They were 4-0 up after 22 minutes against Venezia, and Venezia are 6th. So they look impressive, Roma. But we've got the job done in this second game. Lovely response, or good to get a win after the disappointing loss first game. And let's move on to the next game and see if any transfer activity happens in between the games. Right. Time for the third game. This probably will be the final game of the episode. There is a deal agreed with Al Nassr for Santiago Castro, but I have delayed it because the percentage of funds that we get from transfers is quite shit. We'd still get 20 million, but I've just put a board request through to increase the transfer revenue that we get. So hopefully they'll agree to that and we'll get a bit more of the money from Castro's deal. We do have 15 mil already, so I'm hoping that we'll have enough to sign a replacement for Castro and a few other players to help with our depth. Right, so this is the team we're starting for this episode, this game. We're actually starting with the formation we switched to last game, which helped us change the game around. However, I've just moved Ferguson inland a bit into the middle. I don't know if this is going to affect it, just so that, because I'm thinking if he's half back in possession, he's going to be here. These two are going to be on the wings. I'm actually going to put Alvarado as an inside winger as well, because this guy, Vergara, is going to be in the channels. So if these two are in the middle with Castro, these two are higher up. I'm hoping Ferguson will just sit and try and dictate a bit, I guess. But this is the team. Vergara, he started in the 10. Castro's up front, even though he's got a fitness concern. But don't really care at this point. I want him to play. I want him to hopefully score. So let's get into it. We've got Cessna, who have fell off since I think this is the second time we're playing him. And when we played them, I think we might have played them in the cup, and I think they were in and around the top 6 when we played them, but I don't think they are now. Looks like they're going to go for the old classic 5-2-1-2 that everyone plays in this league, all 4 at the back. It's snowing. Let's get into it. Very odd looking formation, but 3 points here would solidify a top 4 spot in the current situation. Cleared at the near post. Castro on the edge of the box for whatever reason. Drives in. Still going, and somehow he's gone that far unchallenged. The most potent striker in the division. And he scored again. I mean, I wish he didn't want to leave, because I genuinely believe we could push for the title if he was staying. And I'm not sure we will when he leaves eventually. But, I mean, Klinsmann in goal, not very good. But we've scored. We're 1-0 up. And we've weathered the early Cessna storm, and Castro's on the score sheet again. Free kick for Cessna. Callow over it. Comes in. Spendy. Oh. Honestly, what is wrong with these players and pushes? Trody's pushed him over, and it looks like there's a second penalty in 2 games against us. I can't see anything because, the game's decided to look at the corner flag while he gets to look at the screen. It's going to be a penalty, though. Yep. And we've given Cessna an easy way back into the game after absolutely dominating the game in terms of chances. And it should be at least 2-0 to us. Torre steps up. He's missed. Thank God. He hits the post. Martinelli went the right way again, like he did last game. But this time, Torre has missed for Cessna. Well, we got the job done. Yet again, unable to finish the many chances we had, apparently. But we stay 4th. We're still 5 points behind Roma, who did win in the end 2-0. Inter looking like they're warming up a bit with a 5-0 win. Juve and Fiorentina picking up win. Oh no, Fiorentina drew, but Juve picked up a win as well. AC actually lost to Pisa, so that's a good result in our favour. But, I mean, not the worst episode in all things considered in terms of results. We will be looking, though, to see what happens now with Castro and our request for transfer revenue. Right, and that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. We do have an increase of transfer revenue to 70%, so a little win there. Castro, not gone yet, but he will be. 14 goals in 17 in the league this year with 2 assists, 5 goals in 4 in the Europa League. He's going to be a big miss, but I do have someone in mind as a replacement. Hopefully he will come in, or we'll be able to sign him. I'm not sure how much we'll actually get in the end for Castro. It said 20 million initially, so it might be like 22, 23. I can't remember what our transfer revenue percentage was before requesting it. We do start next episode with Cagliari again. So, second time in 3 games that we'll play them, but we will also be back in Europa League action against Real Sociedad. So, if you've enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.